Hey Aaron, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Surviving the quarantine. How you doing, Zach?
I'm doing well. I'm here on the Beyond the Tap set at the studio. Where are you at?
I'm coming to you from Wagner, Oklahoma, specifically the animal clinic of Wagner. It's my dad's vet clinic. It's a great example of a small business that's making adjustments to get through this. Come on in, Dad. This is Dr. Peters. We got a little rabbit here that is in for a neuter. You don't think about rabbits. You think about dogs and cats getting spayed and neutered, but these rabbits need that too. And it's a lot has changed for vet clinics. They have to do it through the drive-through. So we're good with the rabbit, Dad. But it's a great example of just making adjustments and getting creative. And I know a lot of businesses in Northwest Arkansas are doing the same, Zach.
Absolutely, yeah. And supporting small business is important year round, but I think right now we're finding that it's more important than ever than to be out, support your small business, whether that be buying gift cards or ordering online for those that can, or ordering takeout. And so, here at Northwest Arkansas Live, that's our purpose year round, is supporting small business. And so we're going to continue to do that during this pandemic. And obviously we can't be out creating content the way we typically do, filming in people's businesses and in their restaurants, even in their homes sometimes, right? Or on the golf course with them. That's difficult now. And so what we're going to do is start looking at the things we've already shot, the businesses we've already visited, the local businesses that, have already been on our show. Those are the ones right now that really need the hand and really need help. And need to get their message out of how they're serving the community. And so we're going to be setting up online interviews and online Skype chats and Zoom calls with you and some of our other hosts, with those local chefs, those local business owners, talking about what they're doing, how they're serving the community, and how they're stepping up to the plate to continue to run their business. And so that's kind of our plan moving forward.
Yeah, and that fits perfectly with us, because that gives us extra passion for this, because that's the businesses that we've been featuring on our show are the local small businesses that really need help right now. I've noticed that it's those businesses that are getting extra creative to survive, and I can't wait to do our small part to try and help, Zach.
Absolutely. I think everybody's pivoting, and we're going to do our part to do the same. So we'll be scheduling interviews for you, and be ready.
All right, I'm going to go play with some rabbits and some other animals, so I'll see you later.
Presented by Nunnally Chevrolet, the driving force of Northwest Arkansas. One of the things we love to do on Northwest Arkansas Live is, of course, feature the people, places, and events that have helped this area grow into a place that we all love. You've heard of Cameron Smith, but who is Cameron the person? Today, a special treat. He invited us over to his house. Let's take a visit. Hey, Cam.
Aaron.
Hey, thanks for having me over.
Good to have you.
Beautiful home. Let's talk about living. Northwest Arkansas, why do you love it?
When I first moved here 23 and a half years ago to now, the amenities, just the real estate alone, this house in California, I could not afford it. We have everything here, and it's just changing by the day.
One thing that you and I bonded on years ago was sports. I was hoping you'd take me to your office and we could check out some of your memorabilia.
This is my space.
What's your love and the emotional attachment to football now that you're living in the South?
Well, it's pretty easy to fall in love with the Razorbacks. It took about 2 to 3 years for me to give up my California ties. I was a USC fan, but once I got here, and you just drink the Kool-Aid, and I've drank the Kool-Aid, trust me. But these are all the SEC West helmets here. In the middle, this is a helmet that was signed by 41 Heisman Trophy winners.
Wow. And of course, some of these items are going to mean more to you than others, but I bet you this is one of the ones that has an emotional tie for you.
Yeah, that's my old jersey.
And you played with some Tony Danza and Billy Crystal and some Hollywood stars, didn't you?
Yeah, they had a showbiz league out there in Balboa Park in Encino. And Billy Crystal had a team, Rob Reiner had a team. So I got to pitch with several of those teams.
And then you're a big Cubs fan, right?
I was invited to go to Game 7 when the Cubbies were playing Cleveland. Since the Cubbies won, I came back and built my little World Series shrine.
And then the banjo, the other guitars, do they have meaning for you?
Yeah, just a little bit. I'm average at everything, great at nothing.
So you can play all these?
I could play a little bit.
I'll scratch on the brake. I thought you had home court advantage.
I'm just giving you a little bit of leadway.
All right. So talk to me about this place that we like to call Northwest Arkansas. Everybody knows who Cameron Smith is, but why do you like this area so much?
Monica and I met in Las Vegas, and I couldn't convince her to move to California, even on the beach. And when it came to who was going to move where, guess who lost a coin flip? She had a brother that lived in Fort Smith, and I didn't know one city from the other. It didn't matter to me. So that's where we started our business and started recruiting for Intergy back then. And I was putting a sales force together for them, and then I stumbled on the vendor community about 1993. The rest is history. I mean, just been a great ride.
So before you moved to Fort Smith, Arkansas, and you were out in California, did you know who the Razorbacks were?
I watched a lot of college football, but never in a million years did I think I'd be living in Arkansas.
So now you call the Hogs quite often. Would you call yourself a full-blown Hog fan?
Yes.
And another scratch. You've told me so many times how this whole thing started with yellow patent phone. How is that possible?
When we started this thing, we had to start from scratch with the vendors. I had never done anything with the Walmart suppliers before.
You started out small, and then what brought you to finally move up to the hill?
The business. As the business grew, when we first started recruiting for the suppliers, there were about 48 there. Today, there's about 1,632. As the business grew, we knew we had to be up here. The for sale sign went in the lawn, and we moved up here and built this.
Well, Cameron Smith & Associates obviously has grown leaps and bounds.
I think when they write the story 10 years from now about the growth of Northwest Arkansas, they're going to see that the suppliers moving in here is what started it, that ignited the boom. But today, it's not just about the suppliers, because all the big guys are here, and there's a lot of consolidation now. Brought in a lot of what we call third-party suppliers, merchandising companies, data analytic companies. They say that this could be the Silicon Valley of data analytics down the road.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hanging out in the living room now, we've seen your memorabilia. Another thing I noticed about your house, Cam, constantly seeing pictures of the family.
We actually have a blended family. I have 2 sons in California, and I have 2 stepchildren here. Now, of course, we have 10 grandchildren, 5 in California and 5 here. I can't even begin to tell you how awesome it is to be a grandparent.
Talk about family. You try to make that atmosphere, a family atmosphere at Cameron Smith & Associates.
When I opened my own agency, I'd come from other agencies in LA. And I thought, okay, what are the things I love about this business? What are the things I don't like about this business? And I took the things I don't like and I removed them from my company. We've created an incredible atmosphere, incredible culture. One of our sayings is family first. If your kids are sick, you stay home. You need to go to their school that day, you go. And it's just a great group of people. They're actually friends. They are the lifeblood of this company. They are our glue for sure. Everybody's got a voice in our company, and it's a fun place to be.
They seem to call on you a lot in the community, whether it be charity or speaking. How important is it to you to help out in the community?
It doesn't take very long to get involved and start seeing what this money does in these organizations.
All the trials and tribulations you've been through, I'm sure that all goes into what Cameron Smith's definition of success would be.
That old saying of success is a journey, it's not a destination, that is so true. I never dreamed I was going to have my own company. It's just evolved. If you're going to do this, you can't put one foot in, one foot out. You got to have both feet in. It's all or nothing, and you have to be committed to do this, and failure is no option.
Help support the show by subscribing to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/NWAalive. We make this show for you. Help us by sharing it with your friends. We hope you're enjoying this week's episode.
I'm Gan Nunley at George Nunley Chevrolet in Bentonville. For over 30 years, our family-owned dealership has helped our community find new roads and new trails to the amazing places that make Northwest Arkansas the greatest place on earth. And now, in cooperation with Bike NWA, Nunley Chevrolet has created an exclusive edition of Austrails pickups and SUVs for the cyclist and outdoor enthusiast. There's never been a better time to enjoy the incredible Ozark Playground. Check out Nunley's all-new Austrails edition exclusively at justtryme.com or come by our dealership in Bentonville to find out more.
Hey, it's a joy to have both Beth and Christie with us today, both senior partners at Cameron Smith & Associates, CSA, one of our outstanding local companies in Northwest Arkansas. Guys, first of all, welcome to the program, and we're all going through a difficult time right now, and I just want to start with the simple question of how has COVID-19, the quarantine, Rona drama affected CSA, Cameron Smith & Associates?
Well, thanks for having us. We are seeing Cameron Smith & Associates clients and candidates are moving forward. It's the new normal, and we're trying to figure out a little bit as we go. And so all the employees are working from home now. Cameron has given us that opportunity. We've kind of always had the opportunity to work from home, but now we're all working from home. We're still business as usual and just trudging along.
Yeah, it doesn't feel so different because we have all worked from home before. So it's just a smooth transition for us, and things are still moving business-wise. I think we'll kind of get into that a little bit more, but yeah, so it's really just a smooth transition for us at CSA.
You know, when you think about CSA, you think about placing top talent and top positions, and you think about doing it year after year after year and being the best at it. So when it comes to consumer packaging goods, when it comes to retail, what have you seen in those areas, guys?
Well, you're seeing a lot of companies that are in those really essential areas are continuing to hire. They're busy right now, and so those critical positions, those senior level management positions, they are still hiring those positions. Some of those non-essential categories, we're finding that they're taking their time and maybe slowing down the process a little bit, maybe putting positions on hold, but they are, we're still interviewing. We're doing a lot of Zooms. We're doing a lot of phone calls. We're doing it all kind of online, but they are still moving forward, and we're still making offers. So it's all positive.
Yeah, I'd add to that, compared to some of the other industries like hospitality or transportation, CPG, we've really seen a steady as far as just hiring and from a layoff standpoint as well. People are just kind of holding, I think, at this point, rather than making those drastic changes or seeing huge fluxes in jobs and business. And so as it plays on and goes out a little bit longer, we might see that change. But right now it seems to be in a bit of a holding pattern with definitely some, like Beth said, still pressing ahead. So.
Yeah. Well, of course, we got to stay fluid. We got to continue to adjust with what we're going through. What advice would you give someone who's on the unfortunate end of this?
We have been working with a lot of people who have been either in that layoff position or they might feel like they would be in the near future. And as well, like I said, those other industries, PG, that people are more readily being furloughed or laid off. We're really kind of putting some resources out there to help people in any industry. And we do work regularly at Cameron Smith and Associates with people across industries, not just CPG, who are in that position of transition and looking for their next opportunity. And so we put together a couple of videos that are out on our website. You can go to csarecruiters.com and click on the COVID-19 banner at the top, and that'll take you to a couple of videos. One of them is on job search techniques, and the other is on updating your resume. And they're very applicable for anyone from any industry and for any level, whether you're a server in a restaurant or up to a vice president position. You really can benefit from the information on there. And so we put those together for people to just have that resource to reach out to. And then as well, we kind of have seen some things as we've been working with people that are just good tips. One of those is that, unemployment is very high right now. And so it really just is a hard time to look for another position at the moment. And so there's a bit of a waiting game, but what you can do during that waiting period is really prepare yourself. Start with getting your resume updated, working on your interview techniques, working through some job search things, starting to get those searches down and filters and things like that you can really just get back to easily, so that as the market begins to open up, you're ready and prepare the first ones out there to have your resume out, be first, things like that. So using the time where you might feel like it's just a gap or waiting really strategically can kind of position you to be one of the first in line. So.
Yeah, Christie, that's a great point. I had a coach once say, if you stay prepared, you won't have to get prepared when that opportunity comes. So, let's all stay prepared right now.
We work with a lot of companies in addition to candidates who are in a position where they're having to lay some people off. And that's it's a super hard decision for them. And they really have no control at this point on some of those situations. And so they want to do the best thing for their associates and provide them with the tools that are going to help them get to the next step as quickly as possible. And so we provide some tools, what we call outplacement services, for those companies that they can give us a call, and we'll be happy to walk them through some of the options where they can give those to their associates to help them to move on to that next step as quickly as possible. Things like getting their resume professionally updated, working with a career coach on interviewing techniques and things like that. So, and then that'll help just prepare as those people are looking in the job market again when things do open back up. So yeah, definitely something we can do for companies as well as helping the community.
Guys, we're all proud of Northwest Arkansas, and you're just one of the local businesses that's fighting through this, but how proud of you or how creative the other local businesses have been. And it just seems to me like every time I look around, someone's doing something creative to help each other and to get themselves through this. What do you think, Beth?
I definitely think that is true. Christy and I have been talking to lots of businesses in Northwest Arkansas and other companies, partners that we work with, and everybody is trying to get accustomed to the new normal and helping out and just pitching in when they can. And so it's great to see what people are doing, from buying meals and supporting healthcare workers or whatever that looks like. This is a great community.
I want to remind everybody about that website, csarecruiters.com. There's a lot of helpful tools on there and just a lot of things you can learn on there as well. Now, your office is located by the new Top Golf. Your owner, Cameron Smith, is terrible at golf. Are they going to let him in up there?
Yeah, I don't know if they'll let him in once.
You guys, I'm not trying to get you to talk bad about your boss. He said you're both rock stars. So, hey, thanks for joining us today, guys. And always keep it tuned here to Northwest Arkansas Live. We've got our finger on the pulse of local business.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Help support the show by subscribing to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/NWA Alive. We make this show for you. Help us by sharing it with your friends. We hope you're enjoying this week's episode.
Iraishaima-san. My name is Asha and this is Misa.
どうぞよろしくお願いします。
Obviously, we're here at the Anime Cafe.
I'm Gan Nunley at George Nunley Chevrolet in Bentonville. For over 30 years, our family-owned dealership has helped our community find new roads and new trails to the amazing places that make Northwest Arkansas the greatest place on earth. And now, in cooperation with Bike NWA, Nunley Chevrolet has created an exclusive edition of Oztrails pickups and SUVs for the cyclist and outdoor enthusiast. There's never been a better time to enjoy the incredible Ozark playground. Check out Nunley's all-new Oztrails edition exclusively at justtryme.com or come by our dealership in Bentonville to find out more.
Irae-shaimasan. My name is Asha and this is Misa.
どうぞよろしくお願いします。
Obviously, we're here at the Anime Cafe. Let's go check it out. I'm here with Misa, the owner of Anime Cafe in downtown Rogers, and I'm so excited to be here. This place is absolutely adorable. Tell me the inspiration about how you got started.
Of course. So I was around 13 years old when I started watching anime, and it was also around that time where I tried my first bubble tea, and that was in California. When I came back from California, I wanted more bubble tea, but there weren't any places around me that had it. So I thought it would be a really neat idea if we could combine anime and Japanese pop culture with bubble tea, which is Taiwanese culture. So kind of like a fusion of Asian things, because Asian culture is so unique. It would be really cool if I could turn it into a little cafe. And so that's kind of how Anime Cafe came to be.
Do you mind if I ask you how old you are?
So I'm 18 years old, yes.
Okay, so are you still in school?
Yes, so I'm a senior in high school, but I am taking online courses, so it's a little more manageable to run my store as well as complete my high school year.
So you're working pretty much like full-time, starting a business, and you're going to school.
Yes, it's a lot.
Okay. That is a lot.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. I bet there's so many life lessons in owning your own business, especially at such a young age too. Because you're just learning as you go every single day.
I've definitely learned how to communicate better, not only with my employees, but with customers and possible distributors and things like that. I've learned how to just speak a little more clearer. I think I was a very shy person before this ever opened, and this kind of took me out of my shell and made me kind of learn how to interact a little better. Yeah.
So do most people who come in here, they know what anime is, or they find your cafe and they said, wow, this is really cool?
Well, it's a mix of people, definitely. I think there are a lot of people who initially came here, knew about anime and knew kind of what this was all about. So, but there are some people who are coming here clueless, like, what is this place? I just wanted to know what the hype was about and all. And so I think we kind of teach them about anime as they come in frequently. And a lot of people have kind of taken an attraction to it and really enjoyed it and all. So I think all in all, I believe just a mix of people. And
so you definitely have regulars,
yes,
though.
Definitely, yes.
Okay. Can we try some?
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
yeah,
great. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Okay, so take me through this process of how you make one.
Yes, so for a traditional bubble tea, we usually put tapioca pearls at the bottom of the drink. And we usually like using black tea for the traditional one. So we fill it up until it reaches a certain line, and then we have a special milk tea powder. This is the traditional flavor here, and we put a couple of scoops. We're going to get our simple sugar here. We'll put a couple of pumps of that in there to give it some sweetness. And then the final step is to put on the lid and shake it up. Go ahead and just, yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Is that right? Right technique?
Yeah,
okay.
perfect.
Okay. So this is what my life would be like if I worked here.
There you go, yeah. So then afterwards, once it's all cooled down, we just go ahead and take both lids off and just pour it into our cup here.
That looks so good.
Yes, it's delicious. It's one of my
it's so
favorite.
cute looking too. with the
Yeah, it's
little
one of my
bubbles at
favorite
the bottom.
flavors. But yeah, and then afterwards, we go over here to the sealer. We just put it in the sealer here. We press a button. And then it comes out all fully sealed. Yes. And
that is so cute. Yes. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is so cute. Do they all look like this one?
Yeah, so there are different faces actually.
That is the cutest thing ever.
Perfect.
Right in the eyeball.
Yes.
So do I put my straw all the way down to the bottom?
If you want to get tapioca pearls, yes.
Okay.
And they're chewy.
Oh my God. Yum. That is so delicious.
I do like it.
Wow. Arigato, thank you so much for introducing me to bubble tea. This has been such a fun experience and I will definitely be back.
Of course, thank you so much.
We're dedicated to supporting higher education for real Arkansans, like Daviante, who went to SAU on a lottery scholarship and is now an attorney, or Allison, pursuing a degree in nursing from ASU, and Stephanie, who graduated from the Brightwater Culinary Program and now owns her own bakery. And those are just 3 of more than 275,000 scholarships the lottery has helped fund so far. You could be next. Apply now at scholarships.adhe.edu.
This is winning.
Thank you for joining us on another adventure with Northwest Arkansas Alive. Our region is full of excitement and opportunities that demonstrate why this is one of the fastest growing areas in the nation and the best place to be. We want to remind you that you can watch this episode and all of our previous episodes anywhere, anytime at NWAalive.com. And of course, we hope you'll join us next time as we pursue the people, places, and events that truly make Northwest Arkansas alive. Ah, you got my nose in that one. Hey, if you liked that episode, and I know you did, do you know we have a YouTube page? That's where you can watch our show on your phone, your smart TV, any place. So make sure and subscribe on YouTube. And what about your favorite episode? Tell us about it on Instagram or Facebook, and don't forget to share it with your friends. Also, smash that like button.